What's up, everyone? Back at the range. It's been about 5 months or so since we've been out here. My camera girl doesn't like the cold weather, so that's why we haven't shot a video since I think like October, November to just about now. And even today it's a little bit cold. She had her windbreaker on earlier today, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. Anyways,
it's called windy.
Yeah. Anyways, wanted to talk about my Glocks and just kind of show them off. I recently had my Glock30 that you guys have seen in a few different videos. I had my slide cut by Elite Firearms Solutions. Again, check out Justin. He's an awesome guy. He did the slide cut and then mounted my Trijicon RMR 25 MOA, I want to say. To that baby. Yeah, direct mount. I was waiting for the Gen 5s to come out, but man, because they didn't come out with an MLS model, because I already had a 30 and I already had the red dot that I could leverage, I just went ahead and had them do the slide cut. You know, some of the bigger differences on the Gen 5s: front slide serrations, ambidextrous slide lock, different texturing, you know, have the finger grooves and whatnot. But again, just because they didn't come out with the MLS version, I was like, you know what, I will just wait and see if that ever comes out. Went ahead and had my slide cut and had this RMR thrown on it. Interesting thing, I went to go sight this in and it's dead, so I need to take it home and take a look at it. I don't think it's back up and running now from the looks of it. And I did throw a brand new battery in it when I picked it up from Elite Firearms Solutions. And I'm not really sure what the hell, but I believe Trijicon has a lifetime warranty and all their stuff. This is why you have co-witness sights.
Or it could be user error.
Yeah. Even though, like, as you can see on all my other Glocks that have red dots, I do not have sights that co-witness with my red dots. This would be why, I guess, even though they look tacky and corny as hell. Anyways, so I just want to
opinion.
Yeah, I just want to show off my Glock collection. If this RMR gets up, I'm going to do some shooting with it. But starting off with my Gen 5 Glock21 up there. This is Gen 5. They did decide to do an MOS version of it, thank God. As you can see, they got rid of the finger grooves from the Gen 4. I do not like the NDLC coating on any of the Gen 5s. I just think it looks like, I don't know, it's way too slick. I much prefer the... I've heard a lot of people say Tenifer, but it's not a Tenifer coating on the generations 3 and 4, and even the 4 here. I do like that they have front side serrations. Eventually, Justin plans on getting some equipment to do like his own custom slide work, custom slides that you can buy already done up. Until that happens, I'm just going to keep it the way it is, and then when he gets that equipment in, I will have him probably put some windows on the side so I can do some breast checks and things like that. Anyways, speaking of my Gen 5 Glock21 running a TLR1 HL on there, I do like the Streamlights a lot more than the Surefires, and I have a number of Surefires. I understand that. They look pretty, they look sexy on guns, but man, for the price, God, I could buy like 2.5 fucking Streamlights for that. So I do like them. They're brightness patterns, for lack of better ignorant words, is a lot better than Surefire in my opinion. And I like the paddles on 300s, understanding that you can buy extended paddles for your Surefires and whatnot. Anyways, moving down, this is my Gen 3 Glock30. A lot of you guys have helped me figure out what the hell is going on with the slide release. That's a slide release because it's a Gen 3. I was thinking because it was a SF for short frame and an S for slim slide. As you can see, the slides on both of those, can you pull that back up, are significant, well, not significantly, but you can see the width of the slide on the Gen 3S, 30S I should say. It's much slimmer than the Gen 4 30, which I believe what somebody had told me is that they took the Gen 3 SF and that is the Gen 4 short frame already. They just don't call it that because that is, I guess, happened by default. Anyways, I do like this gun. I'm going to keep it around for a while. I have some Trijicon Brighton Tufts on there, I believe, and it fits into a lot of my Glock 19 holsters, and I just love a compact 10 round 45 that I can also throw a Glock21 13 round magazine in it. I will never carry my Glock21, it's just way too big for my small stature, but I love taking... Anyways, I love taking it out to the range, shooting it. I will use it as a home defense gun. I just can't appendix carry that as easy as I can my 30S or even my Gen 4 30 once I get my fucking Trijicon RMR
Okay,
up.
can you stop?
Yeah, well, that's annoying.
Well,
And it's not Justin's fault by any means. I think it's just the RMR itself. It's got to be. So anyways, I think they have a lifetime warranty, so I'll check that out if I get home and replace the battery and it's still not working. Anyways, just love this gun. It's a lot more concealable for me, being as small as I am. And again, there's just nothing beats 10 rounds of the Lord's round, 45 ACP. Same reason why I bought the Gen4 30. It is, like I said, the slide's a little bit thicker. It's much more, well, it's the exact same as the Glock21, but I liked having him put this RMR on here. As you can see, it does not protrude past the width of the slide. Same with my Gen 21 up there. On here I have some Trijicon HDs that I actually had on there obviously before I did this, if you've seen my other videos with this pistol. And I love this gun as well. I love the bulkiness of the slide. There is a little bit less recoil, felt recoil I should say, just that it has like a wider slide. Not much, I can't tell a super huge difference in between the 30S and the Gen4 30, but there is a little bit. On there again, I'm running a Streamlight TLR7 on there. Picked it up from Idaho Arms and Ammo. Check those guys out, those guys are great, as well as the optics on all these actually. And yeah, I will probably not carry this as much, maybe like out in the woods, but that's going to be another home defense gun that just kind of sits on my nightstand, just because it's pretty big. It's got a lot of shit on it, and I think for my carry guns I really prefer like a smaller red dot, such as the Holosun or the RMRCC, or just plain Jane P365 is actually what I carry the majority of the time. Right here, like I said, this is a Glock video, so you guys can turn it off if you read the title and start hearing me talk about Glocks for all those that hate Glocks. This is my Gen4 Glock30. Again, running a Streamlight TLR1 on there. I love the Streamlights, as I mentioned before. This is, I'm not really sure what they call this model, but this did come standard from Glock Factory. It's a Gen 4 with front slide serrations and an extended slide stop. Again, the finger grooves, the standard texturing from your Gen 4s on there. This gun has actually been on my nightstand for about the last 3 years, and I have a full mag loaded with, I think, Hornady self-defense, 124 grains, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. That's not even accurate, but I believe that's what they are. Anyways, love this gun. I need to actually take it out. Again, I'm just running some Trijicon HDs on here, as you can see. I need to shoot it a lot more, especially with like defense ammo, just to make sure, you know, that I'm cycling stuff through it more. And I just need to run some more like self-defense ammo out of it. Great gun, Glock17. It is their flagship. That's what they started producing when Gaston Glock decided to start manufacturing firearms. Right here I have my Glock19. You've hopefully seen this in a few different videos, and by the way, all these guns have no magazines and have been press checked just to make sure we don't have a live round in the chamber. But on here, excuse me, I'm running a Trijicon RMRCC. Trijicon actually makes a mounting plate for Glock19s to accommodate the RMRCCs, and I like it just like I do on my 30. The optic does not protrude past the width of the slide, which I love. Instead of having like a huge old like RMR Type 2 on here, it's much smaller. Again, I am a dumbass and I don't co-witness with any of my Glocks because I just trust Trijicon that much. Well, I may be thinking about that differently today. But anyways, I don't typically, because I change out my batteries on my optics annually anyways. And I've never had that problem with the RMR. So honestly, I'm a little dumbfounded that I've had this issue. Again, nothing that Justin did by that for any means. I don't know what the hell's up with that. I do have an Apex trigger in here. You know, I don't change out the triggers on any of my guns really, especially Glocks. I am a believer that if the more you shoot Glocks, the better their trigger will break in. I mean, it's not going to be like a match grade trigger or anything like that by any means, but it'll get better than like the 5 pounds that it is right now. The longer you shoot them, the more, you know, trigger time that you get. We'll kind of break those down and do a little better. On here, I'm actually running an Enforce APLC. These are just okay. They're not my favorite. They're like 200 lumens. They are the cheapest ones out of all that I have on the table here, about like 90 bucks or 100 bucks or so, but they're okay. They die easy. Their battery life, man, I would say is like 4 hours if I just like left that on constantly. But yeah, run that again, Gen 5 with the NDLC coating, ambidextrous slide stop. I just don't like the coating on that. I just prefer like the Gen 4s or even the Gen 3s. It's just more of a matte finish, and it just doesn't feel as slick as the Gen 5s. I mean, it looks sexy, don't get me wrong, but you know, whatever. And last but not least, I do carry this gun. It is in a smaller package with the Holosun 507 KX2. Glock30X. I'm also again running Trigicon HDs on here. I actually had these sights on here before I threw on my Holosun. Some people are like, I don't like the way that your sights protrude past the end of the slide, and it's like, well, okay, then don't do what I did, I guess. Shit, I don't know. I did this to my gun. I did this to my gun because that's what I wanted it, and again, I wasn't actually gonna throw on an optic on here, and then I decided to, and I just haven't changed them out to the old Glock standard plastic sights. But it's a good thing though, because I can actually go witness with these through the Holosun, which would be super helpful for today. And yeah, I don't know, that pisses me off, damn it. Anyways, Gen 5, I do have the Shield Arms mag release, the aluminum one. I have about 14 or 15 Shield Arm mags, and honestly I haven't ever had an issue with them feeding, dropping, I don't know, whatever other problems that people were having with them. And I've shot quite a few rounds through it, so I would expect to have seen some type of failure if I did. With all that being said, when I carry this, I carry two standard Glock 1943X 10-round magazines, because I just don't want to have that in the back of my mind, carrying a gun that maybe has like a 90% chance of not working. I mean, that you could probably say that about a lot of different guns, but even more so with aftermarket magazines. And I do like the Shield mags. I take them out here when I go to the range and stuff like that, but when I'm carrying this like in town or whatever else, I'm carrying the standard OEM mags that came with it, the 10 rounders with hollow points, and I'm carrying a couple of them because they're small enough so I can stick them in like pockets and whatnot. And again, I'm running a TLR7 sub on here. I do like the TLR7 subs quite a bit. They just look badass. They look better than even like the TLR7 in my opinion. The TLR ones are great, but they're just, I don't know, they're not as sexy, I guess, as like say the Surefires. But anyways, let me prick around with my Glock30, which is really what I came out here to do a video about, and see if we can't get that up and running. I do have some targets out there that if I can't get up and running, I'll probably just shoot, I don't know, another gun or something like that, but we'll get some shooting in with some Glocks at some point. Alright, so I played around with that fucking red dot, and I just think it needs a new battery. These are pretty old CR 2032s. I've had them for about 3 years or so, but I don't know, I'm gonna go home and change it out with some new ones that I just picked up like a week or so ago. So I'm gonna be shooting my Glock30S, my Gen 3, out of all the shit that I have on the table, because I also forgot to bring 9mm ammo. Otherwise I would have been shooting my 43, my 19, or my 17.
Told you you could use mine.
It's okay,
Some of us come prepared.
Well, it's alright. You only have a couple boxes, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to start off with a Glock 21 13-round magazine with an X grip on it that helps like cover the mag itself so it doesn't look all funny and shit like that. And it's got a little pinky extension on it.
A pinky extension.
Alright, let's see what I can hit. Rounds of 45. Holy crap, feels good. Like I said, there's a little bit more felt recoil than my 30 that has the full slide, like the thicker slide I should say, more comparable to the Glock 21. But man, this thing still shoots like pretty smooth, and I'm not the best shot. I'm gonna go set up the metal targets and I'll be right back. All right, so now I'm just gonna shoot the standard 10 round mags that the 30 and the 30S come with. I think I mentioned this, but if not, when I do pack or carry this around, what am I? I do carry a 13 round magazine as well, and then keep with the 10 round because I'm normally carrying this appendix. Again, the slim slide models fit into a lot of my Glock 19 holsters. Not all of them, there's like certain ones, and honestly I can't think of the top of my name of what they are, but yeah, this does fit into some of my Glock 19 holsters, which I like.
Slim slide.
All right, I'm gonna try and hit some of those tiny ass like mini cans.
With a few drinks in him. Slim slide. Ooh. I don't know which can.
A little closer. Or not. Try that again.
Yeah. Which one?
I'm gonna try and shoot those mini cans.
I know. Which one are you going for?
The closest ones. See if I can actually hit those.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna knock down the metal targets first.
Alright.
Maybe. About 5 rounds left in this 13 round mag. If I can't hit anything with that, then I quit.
I think you got one.
Right? Just to be fair, they are those like mini ass cans. It's all me.
Not mini ass cans, just mini cans.
Anyways, any misses obviously is me. It's not the guns. Glocks are reliable, durable. That's why military, law enforcement, people around the world use them. They carry them every day for protection, for duty, all that stuff. Use it for home protection, which is what I'll be doing with a lot of these. Glocks are great guns. I'm not a Glock fanboy. There are a lot of other guns that I really like. In fact, I actually brought my CZP01 Omega out here to do a separate video on. But again, I freaking forgot 9mm. And yes, camera lady said I could use hers. I'm not gonna use her stuff. That's my own fault.
Paying me back.
Right. I was even a Boy Scout though, and the motto is be prepared. I clearly wasn't today with a Torx wrench because I forgot my gun bag. Anyways, I'm a mess today. Hopefully that was enjoyable. I did miss a lot of stuff today, but that was just me kind of rushing through stuff. But thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll be making some more.